everyone! Welcome to the Jayda InStitches show. Whether you're out for a walk with the dog, in the car, on a bit of a road trip, or maybe you're out camping with the RV, or even with a tent, you'll probably find yourselves reaching for a small garbage bag at some point for a variety of reasons. Well, it's nice to have a whole bunch of them handy, and it's nice to have them hands-free. You don't always want to have a bag with you, especially if you're out on a hike or if you're walking the dog. So to that end, I have stitched up a little miniature plastic bag dispenser, and it's a clip-it version. So you can add a little carabiner and clip it to your purse, clip it to your hip, clip it somewhere inside the car. You can even clip it to your dog's collar if it's a big dog. This little bag is a drawstring closure at the top. It holds 4 or 5 regular sized bread bags, and it's got an elastic opening at the bottom, allowing you to easily pull one out when you need it. And I've made today's little miniature plastic bag dispenser using 24/7 cotton by Lion Brand. We'd like to thank Lion Brand Yarns for sponsoring today's video. 24/7 cotton comes in 2 sizes, size 4 medium weight, which I've used today, and a size 3 DK weight as well. I recommend the size 4 medium weight for today's project because it's just a little bit bigger. It is 100% cotton. It is mercerized, which makes it strong and pretty and shiny, and it's beautiful for clothing, but I've also started to use it for a lot more sort of useful little projects like this because I love it so much, and it's sturdy and it's pretty. Why not have something that looks nice too if you're going to have it dangling from your hip or your purse? This comes in so many different colors, I couldn't even bother to list them all, so we're going to link to lionbrand.com in the description box down below. You can pop over there, check out all the colors on display, and if you've been here for longer than 5 minutes, you'll know that I use 24/7 cotton for a lot of projects, so it's no surprise that I reached for it when I needed to make myself a little travel sack to keep my little plastic bags in when I out, taking the dog for a walk or maybe on a road trip. You always need a garbage bag for something. Anyway, that's what we're making today. So grab yourself a ball of 24/7 cotton. You can make several of these from one ball, maybe 3 or 4 even. Have one for yourself, have one for the car, have one for a friend. Grab a hook, we'll head on over to the craft table, and we're going to stitch up 1 or 2 or even half a dozen of these little plastic bag dispensers together. To make today's Clip-It doggy bag holder, I'm using 24/7 cotton by Lion Brand. This is the size 4 medium weight version. I need around 45 yards, and this delectable color is creamsicle. I'm going to use a pair of scissors, a yarn needle, a 5mm hook, also known as an H or an 8. You want a hair elastic. I recommend a thick one. Any hair elastic will really do, but the thicker ones obviously are a little stronger and they're easier to crochet around. And a carabiner or a quick release clip of some sort. And that's basically all a carabiner is. It just clips on and off really, really quickly. And of course, it doesn't have to be shaped like a star. It can be shaped like a traditional carabiner. This is just kind of a fun one. I have a few of those in the collection. And once you've got all that together, we can get started. We're going to start at the bottom, which means we need our hair elastic. We're going to take our yarn, make a slip knot, and we're going to join our yarn with a slip stitch around the edge of our hair elastic. So just place your hook through the middle of your hair elastic, wrap the yarn around it, and slip stitch. And that joins your yarn with a slip stitch. It's now connected. We're going to chain 3. The chain 3 at the beginning of every odd row will count as a double crochet. And we are using the break stitch pattern, which means that you can create a foundation set of stitches around your ring that's any multiple of 3. We are going to be working the brick stitch pattern in the round, so there are no additional turning chains required. We are going to double crochet around the edge of our hair elastic 38 times. So the chain 3 will count as a double crochet. We will double crochet 38 times around the hair elastic. That will give us a total of 39 stitches at the end of row 1. That is a multiple of 3. And that is going to be the base upon which we build the rest of our doggy bag holder. Once you have a chain 3 and 38 double crochets all worked into the ring, if you don't have a complete coverage, just sort of stretch it a little bit, shuffle them around. They'll join up. It should completely cover your elastic. Then you want to join with a slip stitch to the top of the chain 3, so not the first double crochet, the top of the chain 3, and that will be 39 stitches all the way around, and you should have a nice, almost like a scrunchie starting there. At the end of row 1, you'll have 39 stitches. That includes your chain 3. Let's start row 2. Chain 1 and single crochet in the same place that you joined. And since the single crochet is kind of small and we're doing this all in one color, you want to grab a stitch marker or something to just mark out that first single crochet for yourself, just so you don't miss it on the way back. Then we're going to start the odd or the even row pattern. This is where we chain 2, we skip 2 stitches, and we single crochet into the next stitch. So you skip 2, single crochet into the next stitch. We're not increasing our stitch count. We're just creating little chain 2 spaces with single crochets at the end of them. Chain 2, skip 2, single crochet into the next stitch. Chain 2, skip 2, single crochet into the next stitch. So technically you'll still have 39 stitches at the end of this row, but it's probably easier to think of it in terms of 13 chain 2 spaces and 13 single crochet stitches. It's much easier to sort of see it in that regard. And that's what you're doing all the way around. I'll catch up with you at the end of row 2. At the end of row 2, or any even row, chain 2, skip your last 2 stitches, ignore the slip stitch from the previous row. It's also sometimes known as the false stitch. And that little stitch marker indicates that single crochet that began the whole row. You're going to join with a slip stitch to the top of that single crochet. You'll still have 39 stitches, but it's easier to count your chain 2 spaces. You'll have 13 of them all the way around. Row 3 and every odd row is the same. We're going to chain 3 to begin the row. That counts as a double crochet. Into the chain 2 space, you're going to work 2 double crochet stitches. And into the next stitch, which is a single crochet, you're going to double crochet into the top of that. Again, we're not changing the stitch count. Now we're just basically doing double crochets all the way around. 2 double crochet stitches into the chain 2 space, double crochet into the next stitch, which is a single crochet from the previous row, and repeat that all the way around. 2 double crochet into the chain 2 space, double crochet into the single crochet from the previous row. At the end of row 3 or any odd row, you finish with 2 double crochet in the last chain 2 space and join with a slip stitch to the top of the chain 3. You'll still have 39 stitches at the end of the row. You'll always have 39 stitches at the end of an odd row. At the end of an even row, you'll always have 13 chain 2 spaces and 13 single crochet stitches. You're going to repeat rows 2, 3, 2, 3, or even odd, until you get to the end of row 9. Chain 1, single crochet in the same places, joining to begin an even row. Put your little stitch marker on that first stitch. It helps keep track of where it is. Chain 2, skip 2, skip, skip, single crochet. Chain 2, skip, skip, single crochet. This is your even row. Your odd row begins with a chain 3, which counts, 2 double crochet in the next chain 2 space, double crochet in the next stitch. Repeat that all the way around. That's your odd row. And you'll always have 39 stitches. Very simple little 2-row repeater. I'll catch up with you at the end of row 9. At the end of row 9, make sure you join with a slip stitch to the top of the chain 3, and that is still 39 stitches all the way around. We've got a little bag here. It's like a baglet, I guess. And now we want to put in our drawstring row so that nothing we put in this bag wants to fall out the top. So we're going to chain 1 and half double crochet in the same stitches joining to begin row 10. We're going to half double crochet into the next stitch. And now we're going to chain 1, skip a stitch, and half double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. So it's kind of the reverse of the even row. Chain 1, skip 1, half double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. We will still have 39 stitches all the way around, or you can think of it as 13 chain 1 stitches, or chain 1 spaces, and the rest are half double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, half double crochet in the next 2 stitches all the way around. I'll catch up with you back at the beginning. Row 10 ends with 2 half double crochets in the last 2 stitches, which leaves you 1 stitch here, so I should say the third and second last stitches. Chain 1, skip 1, and join with a slip stitch to the top of the first half double crochet. That is still 39 stitches all the way around, but it's sometimes easier to count your chain 1 spaces. There'll be 13 of them. Now we're going to chain 1 and single crochet in the same place that we joined, and into every single stitch we're going to single crochet, and into every single chain 1 space we're going to single crochet. So single crochet in every stitch and space all the way around. You'll still have 39 stitches at the end of the row. This is just a nice little finishing edge. It gives it a bit of strength. And then, don't fasten off, we still need to add our clip-it strap. At the end of row 11, you're going to join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet you made, and now we want to make that little loop that we can add our carabiner or our quick release clip to. We're going to chain 15 right from where we are. And we don't want our things to twist on us. Skip a stitch along row 11 and slip stitch into the next stitch. That just gives us a little bit of breathing space. You're going to chain 1, turn, and you're going to single crochet into each chain all the way back. So we want to make this a nice strong little loop. So single crochet into each of those chains all the way back. And if you miss one or you get one twice, don't worry about it. We're just making a nice strong loop. When you've single crocheted into each of those chains all the way back, just slip stitch back into the same place that you left from originally, right there along row 11. And then I recommend sort of chaining 1 and turning your work so that you can slip stitch across some of the stitches below that connection. I'm sort of slip stitching through those stitches along row 11, under which, or I should say atop which the loop is attached, and that's just to make that area a little stronger. You can fasten off now. We have a decent enough tail that you can weave it back and forth a few times, and weave it in back and forth on the inside edge of the little bag holder, underneath some of the stitches underneath that loop, and then all the way back. So do that a couple times back and forth. That'll just make sure that that yarn doesn't want to unravel or come out on you, especially if you're tossing it into the washing machine. And back and forth a few times, it should lock it in place. And if you've got a little bit of extra yarn here, you can just trim whatever's left. For a drawstring, you can of course use cord or ribbon or anything else you might have lying around, but if you need to make one, real simple. We're going to start with a slip knot. You can even use a different colored yarn if you wanted it to stand out. Chain 80, fasten off, and trim your ends, and it's a perfect length for your drawstring for this particular bag. Once you've chained 80 and fastened off, you can just trim those ends. I like to pull them so that I know that the knots are nice and tight. I don't need a whole lot of tail, of course, so I trim them both to match. Then I want the bow of my bag to be on the opposite end of my clip-it, so I can attach my clip-it or my carabiner right to it right away. So I can get that on there. There we go. So now I just clip that to my belt loop or my purse or whatever I need, even my keychain. Isn't that cute, that star? And then easy peasy. We thread up the drawstring in our yarn needle, and I'm going to go in and out and in and out through those chain 1 spaces in that drawstring row. Right back out the same place they came in. And now you can cinch it up, tie a little bow, and that'll keep all of the little bags from wanting to come out. What a cute little bag. So that really does tie up nice and neatly. It'll keep them from falling out the top. Plus it looks cute. I love little drawstring sacks. I think they're adorable. And then the bottom is just ready to grab one, pull one out whenever you're ready. I also like that it's elastic. We've made a plastic bag dispenser before, and I just did a chained ring, which was fine, but the elastic, I think, just gives you that little bit more flexibility. So you can put larger bags in this if you want. Let's say you're going camping and you want to carry larger plastic bags. You can fold them up nice and neatly and just sort of stack them in there like tissues. And you can grab a bigger bag out the bottom too, and that elastic band will allow you to have a little bit more stretch than just, say, a chained ring. Both are fine, but I think I really like the idea of using the elastic band. Hair elastics, man, they have so many neat views. Once again, I'd like to thank Lion Brand for sponsoring today's video, and I'm pretty in love with this little creamsicle colored bag. Of course, the carabiner matching is kind of fun, and I'm ready to take Penny on another little walk, so I won't be caught unawares without a little plastic bag handy. Thank you so much for spending some time with us today. We hope you enjoyed stitching along with us, and we'll see you soon here on the Jayda and Stitches Show. Until then, stay safe, stay crafty, and have a great week. Bye, guys.
Hi, everyone. This is Mama in Stitches. Thank you for watching. Here are a few other videos you might enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe, and you can also click the like button and the bell. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.